okay, you come up with the idea for ClassPass, and here's the thing that I struggle with, and I think that so many people who want to be entrepreneurs struggle with is, okay, I have an idea, but now what? Like, how do I actually start?
To be completely honest, it took me 3 years before I got it right. I failed many times in those 3 years. And I launched it, and I thought people would go to class, and no one went to class. I realized, you know what? I have a North Star, I had a mission, I had something I still wanted to solve, and I still had money in the bank, so I went out and tried another product, and that one kind of started working, not fully there, tried another version of it, and then we hit ClassPass.
Wow. Okay, so you got all these competitors that are popping up all over the place now. You have to have sort of a brand distinction.
Absolutely.
Right? How do you communicate that to customers about how we're different?
I mean, over time, I think, ClassPass has earned that credibility because we've been the person in the market. We created this product, we created this idea. And I mean, a lot of it was me being able to just go out there. I did a lot of press, making sure that people understood the true vision. And I think we were going back to this, it's storytelling, right? And especially in this day and age, customers want something authentic, right? They're not just looking for someone who's like, oh, I had an idea and I just want to make $1 million. Let me go out there. And I think especially for me, a woman, a female entrepreneur who had this deep story that was tied to my passion and making me want other people to have that. I think there was like a big part of that, which was telling the organic or origin story that really helped.
So let's talk about metrics.
Yep.
I mean, lifetime value, customer acquisition, classic metrics, how did those fit into the early days and how did it evolve?
Absolutely. I mean, those were the two most important metrics that obviously as we were raising capital, monitoring our business that we looked at. And what was important is it wasn't just the two numbers, it was the ratio between the two numbers, right? You want your LTV to CAC ratio to be at least 3 or above, right? Because if not, then you're not really making money and you're putting money into your business without necessarily making it back. And I think as a subscription business, it was even more important, right? Because you might not on month one, that ratio might not be great, obviously, because you're not making all your money on month one. It's about month 2, 3, and how you make that money back over someone's lifetime.
Did you find that over time, after you got past these early communities, was it a problem that you had to solve over and over again? Because you kind of figure out CAC and LTV in one community, then you go to another one, it's like, oh, it throws the whole thing off.
We're in 30 different countries, so we get so much data across all our markets. We quickly see when something's working, and we can do tests in one city and see if it works there. So we've done like out of home in like Boston, but then we were like, okay, did that work for us or not work for us? We're able to test, right? And I think that's the most important thing with marketing is to test. And I think with social media today, it gives people an opportunity to continue to test these things on a daily basis.
How do you actually start to market it now? You have both the people who are trying to get to these classes, but then you have the studios as well.
So for the studios, we would go and take a class, and then we would go and make sure that, it was like the owner teaching. And then we would say, hey, can we have like a second with you after class? And we would sit down like in the front of their studio and do our sales pitch. Here we were, people who use their product, right, look like their customer, sitting there saying, hey, we want to help you improve your business, and here's our product idea, sitting down in our leggings next to them after teaching class. And it was a very friendly, informal type of meeting, but it made them feel like we cared. And I think that's such an important part of it because we wanted to get people into their classes. We wanted them to be able to maximize their revenue, right? They have many fixed costs in their businesses. Every single seat needs to be sold in there for them to really make a profit. So that was a really important part for the studios. And then on the customer side, we did a lot of creative things. I mean, in the beginning, it's like all about the grassroots hustle, right? It's not really about putting Facebook ads up. Like in the beginning, it's about how do you get that one customer? Once again, even if I knew that one customer might tell a bunch of other people, I still needed to get her in the door. And that came down to partnering with other brands and other wellness companies at the time. So there were like media companies, or these were like media publication sites. There were brands that we would go and partner with and do campaigns with to say, hey, can we reach your customers? And for us, it made sense because we were a bigger marketplace to be able to kind of put that money into the marketing. To be able to do that marketing, it wouldn't make sense for their business, right? For a $25 cost of a class, they wouldn't be able to pay that money to get that person in the door.